Hello guys, good morning. Good night. So today I'm gonna be talking about the Japan Olympics. The current situation with the virus that is increasingly, how would I say, it's really stressful for me to see that now the virus that has been contained due to state of emergency that happened in Japan, and then now it started to increase again the virus, which causes more issues. And a lot of people, especially Japanese, have been quite thinking about how that the Olympics should be cancelled. And this is the important part that I'm going to be talking about today. Like to commemorate, I think 100 days right, or 99 days or 98 around the time before Olympic starts. One of the big news that happened in Japan is that on the Olympic in Japan, that the torch relay, which happen every time the Olympic happen, will not happen this year because of the I think because the weather and the COVID virus also. And then lots of Japanese has been talking about canceling the Japanese Olympic that will happen in July 2021. Well, personally, for me, I think canceling it will be quite a shame and also can cause more problems than good, actually. With the problems have arriving, problems on the Olympic has been really big. And now by canceling it, I think it will cause more problem, I think. But also, holding it in July would be, I would say, foolish, I would say. Especially the vaccine that has been rolled out is only, it wasn't even 1% of population getting the vaccine, which causes more problems actually. As athletes and people are not getting the vaccine. So when they are afraid when they are in games or in the middle of the games and then they get COVID and then they have to they have to forfeit their participation on the Olympics. Like what happened to Indonesia in the badminton BWF. But then maybe if you think that canceling if I think that canceling it is bad and then but holding it is bad, then what should we do for the Olympic? Well, for me, like they have already prepared a lot of things like the venue, the venue, the whole show and everything. They already prepared, but then COVID isn't something. Well, I wouldn't say predictable, but it's I would say it's predictable and unpredictable at the same time, due to different factors actually. But for me, after keying in all the factors that I have been thinking about the economic and the COVID and the situation currently, especially when a lot of issues happen within the person in charge himself. But after thinking all of those, the best thing for us or for the Olympic and Japan is just to delay the Olympic again. And of course, there's a lot of side effect. There's a lot of bad things, especially for the athletes. They already prepared for the July competition and suddenly it got delayed. I mean, for me personally, and for some athletes, would it would be better for them to just delay it, you know? And the only reason, like if rather than holding it and then risking their own life, like if there are some athletes who don't even get the vaccine yet. But then canceling it would mean that they already prepared a lot of athletes already prepared for this Olympic and then suddenly it get cancelled out. then delaying it, even though they already prepared for July, and then it got delayed maybe to October or May on next year January, or maybe next year July. But but then, even though they have pre-prepared for the July 2021, but even if it get delayed to July 2022, it means that there's another year for them to at least, or maybe if they want to hold it October, I don't know, because it's summer actually, summer, but maybe fall, I don't know. But if they happen, if it happens to get delayed to 2022 July, well, some might think that it would be quite negative, because some athletes especially, because they already prepared for so long, but then it got delayed. The good thing about it will be they will have more time to really like do every single thing, like do every single tactics. How do you like be more prepared than ever actually? So like there is no more like let's just say excuses of why they lost like that. So if they lost, they have to accept it at least, unless if the referee become some nutcase, I would say, or something happened. But then the dealing it will also help, especially the economy as well. Like they already prepared everything, they already splashed all their cash into this Olympic, and then if canceling it would mean that all their cash that they splash into this big event will just go to waste. Whereas in COVID's era, like now, we could use it to just living up with the business and do everything else, and try to contain by spending more money. But then they put their cash, they put their own money, like their own risk, into the hands of the Olympic. But canceling it not, I think it would be unfair. But holding it now, I think it will also be unfair. The best thing would be delaying it, especially in this situation. Like, delaying it would be good, especially for athletes, for economy, and then when tourism, if vaccine good is going will be good, and then tourism can come back, people can go and watch again. But if let's just say in another year's time, COVID got worse, maybe let's just say we don't know the situation. But then, even if the tourism cannot come back, but at least we could see that all of people would get vaccinated, and people would be saying that, all right, we are all ready for the Olympic now. Even though not like we'll say 70% of people getting vaccinated, I would say it's good enough for Olympic to start it at least. But now it's still not 1%, not even 1%, only 1 million. Like at least 70% of the population whole Japan to get vaccinated. Either Sinovac or any other vaccine, but 70% is the, I think, very minimum, the very very minimum, and all the athletes for every single representative country have already been vaccinated. And then I would say, all right, we can hold it, but for now I think it's better, like canceling it damage their economy, damage their reputation, especially damage every single thing. So it's best just to delay it, I mean. But holding it would only risk would cause more problems. While canceling also will cause more problems. Well, I think that's it for me. I think it's better just to delay it maybe to next year, or let's just say summer. Let's just say we can just broke the tradition. Let's not do it every summer. Like we could do it on fall too. It doesn't have to. It doesn't necessarily mean like, even if it held in the fall, people will just go and complain. Why can you make why have to just go straight one line on summer? You can do it at fall. Yeah, even though like the research people are, there's a lot of sports also going on, but then, well, it's better I think to do the Olympic. Like we can break the tradition or do it in the winter maybe, or do it with the Paralympics. Just join them together. Yeah, there might be some bad things, but then delaying it would means that what they have been putting their money on, betting on their money on, wouldn't just go to waste like that. And then the athletes could be more prepared so they won't get any excuses. And then the people, they should have gotten vaccine 1 year. 1 year is long time, so they could get the vaccine. And then you know uh like I think they would be more prepared than ever, I think, than just hastily doing 98 days, and then after 96 days suddenly say cancel like that. No, I mean, I would still give them time. Like I'll still give them at least 46 more days, or 70 days. Let's see, 70 days would be the best. Like with 1 month left, 1 month left. Let's just say 30 with just thing 60 days. I would give them 60 days. Japan also, let's see, they should listen to this. I would give them 60 days for them to do everything up and to deal with everything. And then I would really say whether we should hold it on July or delay or cancel. But for me, I think canceling is not an option anymore. Canceling cannot be an option anymore. So I would see either 50, it's not 50-50 for me, but I would lean more towards the delaying it, especially for all people. I think delaying it would be the best option from all. And then especially like they should also give an answer. I mean, like, it's already in April, at least in May, for me, for the visa stuff, for student visa and work visa. I would say I would give them time till May or June, around that time. That they should at least give an answer on what is the fate. They shouldn't just let them hang around like that, not doing anything. And then the next thing that I'm gonna be talking about will be the. Alright, so this is a controversial issue that happened in Japan because of the Great Tohoku earthquake that happened, which causes the nuclear power plant in where I forget, in Japan, Tohoku region, to break and causes a lot of radiation in Fukushima, I think, right? Fukushima, I think. And then, like, I think already 10 years around that time, and then they say they want to dump the water of radiation that already get infected by, well, not infected by, contaminated by radiation and stuff. They want to dump it into the sea. Dump. They want to let it into the sea like that. And for me personally, like, when I read the news, I feel really sad, to be honest. Like, was it really necessary to just dump, let it out into the sea? To be honest, like, do you guys think it's necessary to just let it out, dump it into the sea? Well, for me personally, I don't think it's the right choice anyway. Like, there might be, it's the, like, not a lot of people are living in the infected, radiated area. Well, some might live there, some might not. But when the water is contaminated, which can cause problems, I know. But we could solve this issue with another way. Actually, it's not only just dumping the water into sea. This what I really think also, something I hate. Well, something that I don't like, not I hate, but I don't like about Japan and how their business work. When they do business, this is what I heard, right? When they do business, they always want to go straight. They don't want to go to flexibility is the key to success actually sometimes, but they don't want. They always want to go straight because they think that one way is working, and then other ways they might work, they might not. But because of the risk, they are scared to take it, and they would go only one way. That's why Japanese business and companies aren't that successful, especially. But and this is almost similar the case. The only thing about dumping it and just let it out into the sea, and that will cause us outcry in other countries, especially South Korea, are getting angry actually. I think it's not about handling it well or not. It's about how they think actually. They only because for me, I think when they are discussing about this issue, they only think about it one way. When there's another way, I know that there will be another way, but they just don't know that it's risky. I think it's the risk that they're afraid of. That's why they only think about let's dump it, let's just let go to the sea. But please, Japanese government, if you hear this, just don't do something stupid like this. Just to be honest, just don't do it. Just like it's almost like Olympic. You don't need to just force it on July 2021. Like if you do it next year, no one will complain actually. Everyone will be happy actually for me. I think this is my personal thought. I think people will be happy if it got delayed. Might be cancelled it, but also similar to this case in the water that's contaminated in the Fukushima radiation. For me, I think one of the best way is just to find people who are experts. Let's say something. I would say also there's a lot of experts in this area that could also handle it. Maybe they could ask some experts to international, especially like if they ask for international help, they would come. I think they would come and help, especially U.S., UK, like that. They are supportive to Japan now compared to before. They like mm, there's a lot of different ways that they could how would I say there's a lot of different ways that they could do to handle this issue. There's not only one way, there's a lot of ways. So please, of course there's risk, but without risk there will be no success. There's the answer. Also with the Olympic, like I think what they're scared of, because they never say about talk about delaying, but for me what I think they're scared of, why they say that they must do it this year, because by delaying it means that everything else would have to be delayed like that. Especially like I heard that Euro 2020, which was some football match, happening also in this year I think. And then like if they could just delay it, so that especially or Euro 2020 also something big, something big I think in lots. And then when there is something this big, and then another thing that's big, one have to subside, one have to be back down. I know that they have put money, they have bet their money on both, not Japan, but the Euro and Japan have already bet money on this. But for me, like actually, the only reason why I think Euro can be held this year, because Euro is the whole Europe, they are interconnected. Number one, number two, it's easier to handle than Japan. Like this. Let's just say, alright, from the UK and all the Britain area, like Europe are something that are interconnected, so that you can use car just go there, and then that's number one. And then handling it, like if there's someone getting COVID or something else, like they couldn't just cancel the whole game or cancel the whole event like that, or let the person the participated country can just, they don't need to like back up. While Olympic, the problem is that whole world, lot of the whole world, every single country, they will go. The athletes will go in. That will be difficult to be handled by the Japanese government, especially. That's number one. And then with COVID, and then if there is someone getting COVID, as I say, it's not something like, it's not something that can just be easily handled like in Europe. Like there's a lot of country, and then a lot of like, it's easier, especially like in Europe itself. How many hospital, like just say the one hospital full, they can go to another one, maybe in another country, but then logically still it could still be helped. But for Japan, it's only one country, they're not interconnected to South Korea, or to maybe let's just say Taiwan. Just say you need to ride the boat at least. So like the hospital, if they want, let's just say one get COVID, then it will become more problematic than when you hold a Euro 2020. Let's just say the Europe, when hold your on competition. So for me, dealing it would be the wisest choice and would be the best choice of all. Especially for Japan, the risk of delaying the competition Olympic would be lower than holding it holding it this year or cancel it. And also like let's just say because there will be no fans allowed, so maybe they could really handle all this ticketing issue too. Like you cannot just handle it within 60 days like that. It's difficult, like especially how many people are going to coming to Japan to watch, and they cannot. There's a lot of them, and now they already pay this ticket, and then they say they cannot come in, they cannot. Now we have to really, let's just say, handle this matter too. It's very big matter. People paying tickets just to watch the Olympic. what you should what should you do actually as a government, as a person in charge? And then with such a short time, and millions of people I think would be coming to watch, but cancel. Now for me, like forcing it to hold this year, which it means that you have to waste more money on compensation, on compensation for the hospital, for the whole thing to happen. You need to be spend more money, do more stuff. Like it's bad. And then if you cancel it, you just, the money that you put in the Olympic just go to waste. It's still waste of money. But delaying it, you might think that alright, you might have to waste money on the, let's just say, on the maintenance on the stadium or everything. But then you can also handle this ticketing issue very well. Let's just say, alright, you might say you have to do refund like that, or you might give some people gifts for buying this, and what cannot do refund, you can just give them gifts like dolls, and then you can resell the tickets to maybe let's just say other people in Japan, or maybe reselling the ticket to for 2032. Let's just say just like book the ticket, so but you haven't paid because you don't know whether it's possible for 2022, or maybe it becomes worse. And then also like maybe reselling tickets to Japan, especially once like they live in the country, so they could go and watch, but they wouldn't, they are scared. So yeah, I mean it's better for them to really consider it, every single thing, to key in every single factor and just think, to be honest. Go back, don't start to panic actually. For them, the best way just to take a deep breath, take a step back and think, what's the best answer to this problem. But to be to say like the same, to either hold, delay or cancel, I would say the time given for them would be around, let's just say for me personally, at least until day 50, from 50 days before it start, to really give an answer to everything, so that people won't be hanging with hope and despair actually. So I think that's it for now, guys. So hopefully you guys love this video, like this video, and subscribe and share this video for more future videos, I think. And see you guys next time. Bye bye.